This is Hot 702.5.
This is Kristen Gamer, and you are tuned into my mom, Kristie J.
Come talk shit and politic with Kristie J from the Chisholm Report every Saturday at 10 a.m. on hot7025fm.com.
I get elected on Friday, assassinated on Saturday, buried on Sunday. They go back to work on Monday. If I was president, if I was president, if I was president, yeah. Instead of spending billions on the war, I can use that money so I can feed the poor. Cause I know some so poor. When it rains, that's when they shower. Scream and fight the power. That's when the vulture devours. If I was president, I get elected on Friday, assassinated on Saturday, buried on Sunday. They go back to work on Monday. If I was president, if I was president, if I was president, yeah. I know some soldiers that sleep but they can't dream. Wake up with screams, sounds of M16. So take this medal of honor for your bravery. I wish you the best, kid. You and your family. If I was president, I get elected on Friday, assassinated on Saturday, buried on Sunday. They go back to work on Monday. If I was president, if I was president, if I was president. But the radio won't play this. They call it rebel music. How can you refuse it? Children of Moses, tell the children the truth, the truth. It's not all that bling that's diamond. Tell them the truth, the truth. Most of y'all wear cubic zirconians. Take it off. Tell them the truth, the truth. Yeah, your soul is worth more than diamonds.
If I was president, all blacks that have reparation, no segregation, feed the nation so there's no famine. Muslims, Jews, Christians, with all hold hands every week on the beach. Party by the sand, word up. Take trips on Air Force One. Don't need to bring the homeless with no sneaks to Air Force Ones. Better schools in the hood, better teachers for the classes, making money, paying no taxes. Find the best scientists, tell them come up with an answer. I want the cure for AIDS and cancer, but I gotta watch my back. Snipers on the hill with the steel, waiting to JF
I was
kill.
president, I get elected on Friday, assassinated on Saturday, buried on Sunday. They go back to work on Monday. If I was president, if I was president. I feel the rain coming, let me play my guitar for them right now.
Let's go.
Refugees,
Good morning, good morning.
You got it.
Thank you guys for coming in. This is Kristie J, and this is Chisholm Report. If you don't know, Chisholm Report is named after Shirley Chisholm, which was the first black woman to run for president, and a big mentor to me, meaning that, you know, let's make the wave, let's do it ourselves, let's go forward. So just to kind of give you a background on me real quick, I am Kristie J. I'm the host of the Chisholm Report. I am born and raised native Las Vegas, Nevada. I'm also Southern educated, okay? So I went to Southern University, Baton Rouge, Louisiana. I have a political science degree. I'm very passionate about our community, and I'm here basically just to show you how politics and government play into our everyday life, and then also how we can use it to be able to if we understand it, we can be able to crack the system. Okay. I'm also here to be able to give you, put you in the right direction of aid, funding, community need, things like that. So you can be able to have resources and community fund. So I'm always giving you great resources and things to be able to look forward to towards the time here in your community. Most of the time they're free. Okay. And I'm here to basically just make you aware of the things that are happening around you locally and nationally and internationally. So feel free to tune in and to call in 702-551-5261. And this will allow me to understand where you guys come from. I want to hear your opinion also on these things. So just to kind of give you a breakdown of how this show goes, I want to say this is my first show back since early August, and I'm excited. I missed you guys. I know that I actually had to realize that this is a part of therapy for me, and I missed it so much. So I'm back and ready to be able to kind of give you an understanding of what's happening next. So towards November, we do have the elections and stuff coming up, national elections. I want us to be aware of that. So we're going to talk about the breakdown of government. I'm going to tell you how these departments, these different branches play into your everyday life today. So that's going to be the lesson learned today. Okay. But I'm also going to give you some other things that's going to be able to make sure that you can be more informed of what's happening with you. Okay. So I'm first going to start off with some local news and kind of give you guys what's happening around here, Las Vegas. First thing is Patsy Brown, Republican candidate, arrested for DUI with a cup of alcohol in her lap. That's not a good look. I don't understand. I don't understand that at all. I do understand, okay, I had a couple of drinks or whatever, but when you are in a position where they gunning for you, I'm not sure what her background is. You can go take a look at her picture. I'm not even going to add to that. What I'm going to say is, any way they can get you, they will get you. So I wouldn't even make that decision. A little while ago, we had a judge who got into an altercation with her husband. The police were called, and she went to jail for domestic violence, lost her, you know what I'm saying, jeopardized her being able to be a judge here or even be able to practice law here in Nevada because behind quick, silly decisions. Okay, so I don't know what to say about that. Y'all tell me what you think. 702-551-5261. Also write it down in the comments. Make sure that you are liking, sharing, commenting. If you like what I'm saying, like it. If you don't like what I'm saying, comment. Okay, don't be scared. Comment so I can be able to, we can have a conversation. It's not really about me just being able to tell you how I think, but if we can come to an agreement, that's how you fix things. Okay, so if you don't like what I say, comment and everybody share. Okay, so another thing was that smallpox cases here in Las Vegas is up to 166 and 98% of them are men. I don't know what to say. Did y'all see that dude with the that went to McDonald's? They said that he did it and it was fake, but still, oh my God, he went to McDonald's, said nobody care about me, nobody would come and bring me nothing to eat, and Uber Eats costs more money. I was like, oh my God, like, can you imagine if he gave them cash? Do y'all understand what's on cash? Okay, you know what I'm saying? So I'm not sure. Y'all some vain people. Okay, so many people told me they would rather have corona, a respiratory disease, okay, than be able to get bumps on their mouth and their arms and stuff. I'm like, okay, y'all, I understand totally, but how about neither one of them? Okay, RZA, if anybody follows him, RZA Islam did a video where Dr. Fauci was actually explaining that the monkeypox came from a vaccine. It's like a vaccine defect. Okay, that's crazy to me because then what else popped up? They had issues with polio and all these additional things. And these were things that were inside of the vaccine. Call in if you don't believe me. Call in if you can be able to prove me wrong. 702-551-5261. In saying that, Southern Nevada Health District is also offering new COVID boosters for everyone who wants them. I don't know what they still giving boosters for, but if you want a booster, there you go. Las Vegas is also losing another small casino franchise here, the Wild Wild West Gambling Hall, owned by Red Rock Resorts. Have decided to close their doors. Now, once again, we have the Texas and the Fiesta and Henderson Fiesta that are also closing, and they're going to make another casino which would be Durango Station. This is what happens, okay? So just to kind of give y'all an idea, the Texas was my first job. I worked at the Texas. I worked at Kids Quest, okay? There's a movie theater in there. There's bowling alley in there. There's restaurants in there. There's local jobs for people in that area that do not have to get on the bus or drive a long way. That is a community place where they can be able to be entertained without having to go to the Strip and pay 3 times as much tourists. Just to let you know, us locals, we don't go to the Strip because they overcharge you. So we stay over here in the local casinos because we get more bang for our buck. But now that they're closing all those local casinos for us, it makes it takes away the fun of those areas, okay? And then it forces you to have to go to these areas where we were already being discriminated against for years and years and years. That's why they had Moulin Rouge on the other side and on the west side of our city. When they closed that down, we didn't have anything on that side of the city, okay? Everything started at the downtown area going forward. So it's important for us locals to be able to have local places to go instead of having to go to the casinos and stuff like that. So it kind of hurts my feelings that this is what happens to us. And it's our fault because taxpayers don't take a initiative to say, you know what, I want to make sure that these people are being, I want to make sure that they're able to, like this, okay? So if you worked in the cage, okay, most of these people that work in the cage down in the Strip, they started from a small casino, okay? Then they were able to get that experience and then be able to move it to the Strip, all right? But the problem with that is now you have to be able to go to the Strip. But what if you don't have that credential yet? So you can't use that as, you can't use that experience of working in a local casino, knowing how it works, to be able to use this experience. And this goes into education here in Las Vegas. They push for higher low wages for people to be able to not graduate. So you end up in a dead-end ass job, okay? And then the job you can never really leave because you don't have any other additional credentials. You don't have any degrees. You don't have any certifications. You have experience in this position. Okay. So it's important for us to know that these are also things that allow people that do not have the education. I don't have a degree, but I have the experience to be able to be on the same play level. Okay. What else did I want to tell you guys? Oh, so I wanted to give you guys resources where you can be able to look for them without just having me, Kristie, look for you, okay? I tell you guys all the time about 211 and how it helps you if you have if you're going through something, if you're going through you can't pay your rent, you need somebody to help you, you need some utilities, you need some food, you need some diapers, you need some formula, you're looking for somebody's homeless, is an older person, needs aid, those type of things. I want you guys to go ahead and take a clip. If you're able to go ahead, not to take your phone out right now, you come back to this, you stay here, okay? But I want you to see how easy it is for you to be able to get aid. Here's the clip.
Hey, producer Micah joining you now and filling you in on something called Nevada 211. It's your guide for finding resources available in your community. From home-delivered meals and disability services to utility and disability utility assistance. Free and confidential help is here 24/7. Download the app by texting your zip code to 898-211. Call 211 or visit nevada211.org and chat with a specialist on their website. Get connected, get help.
Okay, so just take heed that there are different programs. They hide them from us, okay? They don't show us that these things are actually out there. And that's the issue I have with the candidates and the sitting electives that we have today. They will come and tell you, yes, we have stuff for that, this and all this stuff, whatever, but you don't, where's the map? How do I get to it? Where is it? Okay, and why aren't you making it public so I can be able to get it? And that's where I come in. I'm going to make sure you have those things. I want you to be able to be informed about what's going on. Okay. So I want to break down the government real quick. Okay. And when I do I want to do that now? Yes. I want to go ahead and do this. Okay. There's 3 different branches. Okay. And you can think of them like this. In a household, traditional household, let's think about it like this. Okay. You have a father, a mother, and children. Okay. The people who really make the decisions on what y'all do, what y'all eat at night, and everything else is really the children. Okay? They are the majority. You end up settling for what they want, and they really are the boss. Okay? You have the judicial, which would be the mother. She would be the one that's basically enforcing. Most of the time, she's, like I said, she's the neck. So she kind of gives the information from the middle to the head, right? So, and then you have the electoral, which would be like the president, traditionally the daddy, okay, which is the person that makes basically the so-called final decision, but he can still be overruled. Okay, so this is basically my breakdown for you. Okay, so the judicial system is this. Okay, they elect laws. All right, meaning that they evaluate them. They make sure that the laws that are being pushed forward, okay, are just in the law of the land today. Okay, so the Supreme Court, other court systems, sheriffs, you know what I'm saying, like a government or general attorneys, things like this or whatever. These are all in the judicial system. Okay, it's important for you to know this because these are the people who are enforcing the laws on you. Okay, they are not making the laws, but they are enforcing the laws on you. And you want them to be just people. You want them to be good people because you want them, if you do have a problem, you don't want them to mass incarcerate you, put you in slavery, poison you, mass murder you in a whole city because they're jealous of what you got going on. So, or keep shooting you down in the street and over things like single cigarette sales or playing in the park with a toy gun. This is important to know this department because these are the people who are enforcing your laws. Okay. Then you have you have Congress, you have the Senate, you have the House of Representatives, right? Okay. That is actually the power. Let me tell you why, okay? Now, the Congress is over basically the collection of taxes, debt, and welfare. Are we going through an economic phase right now? Okay, important people. Then, these are the people that make the laws. These are the ones that actually, they're supposed to be the voice of the people. Right? They're supposed to be telling the judicial system and telling the president what we really want. But if you don't vote, you're not telling them nothing. So they're able to say what they think. So that's where we get up. Okay? Because we think that we're not powerful, but we pick them. We pick them. Okay, locally, every vote that goes into the ballot counts. Every vote that goes in counts. That means that it is not the electoral college, which is who you're electing, being able to make your vote. And if they don't abide by it, then you vote them the fuck out. You don't give them the opportunity to keep messing over you and your community over and over and over again. Point being, here in Nevada, okay, let me tell you how things work when you vote. Okay, when you vote, you get legalized weed, medical and recreational. You get prostitution in every other county but Clark County. Okay, and loopholes within the Clark County. You get gambling. You get all these additional things that people are not really allowed to do in other states. You get abortion. I'm not saying that's what you want to do. I'm just saying that's an option. It's because the people here do vote. Okay? So then you have the fact that this is what this branch does. They have the power to override the president's decision. They can stop laws from being passed. They are basically in control of all decisions of the government that they make. Meaning that even though the president will make a decision, okay, if he can't get them to say approve to it, he can't make a move. He can't do it. Okay? They can overturn that. So it is basically they're the higher authority, which that means that we are the higher authority and we are not expressing our thoughts to them. All right. The presidential is the electoral, right? This is, I'm sorry, the executive. He carries out the laws. He also he's the head of the military. Okay. So he can declare war, but he still needs approval from the Senate. He still needs approval from them to be able to do that. Okay. All of his people are appointed, not elected. Appointed, not elected. That means whoever he wants to put in there, he can put in there. Like if his brother does not have the credentials, or his daughter or son, okay, does not have the actual credentials, he can put them as a leader in the White House. Okay, his homeboys, his friends. So it's important for us to know that when we allow this person to sit there, he's able to put whoever he wants to. This dude there's all type of racists, all type of pedophiles, all type of additional people in this government that we shouldn't even be questioning their background. They should not be there if these are the type of things that they're doing. So I wanted to kind of give y'all what does the Congress and stuff, what do they have power over? Okay, so they do the census. That means that they try to count each and every person that's in every area so they can see how much money they can be able to send to each area. Right? They also can declare war. They can do a filibuster, which we talked about before, as a filibuster being something that they use to be able to time out when they're debating bills. Okay. They can do investigations. They can do nominations. They can do treaties. And they can enforce law, voting laws, and they can impeach the president. Okay. Now, the reason why I'm expressing these things is because when you think about your everyday situation, okay, and let's say that you are a single father with 3 children, okay, and you're a construction worker, okay. No, we let's give you something else. Let me give you something else. You're a marketing executive, okay. So, and this is what you have. You're about around about $100,000 a year, with 60, a little higher. What I'm saying is in that area, okay. We don't know if he do his job or not, okay. We just know he got 3 kids, okay. This is a situation where what comes into play for him in his household, okay? If he has 3 children and he's a single parent, most likely he needs daycare. Right now, daycare is as much as rent, okay? If he's a single father in the household with 3 children, most definitely the fact of the matter is he needs space in that house. I'm not saying he has a full 4-bedroom, but he might have a 3-bedroom, 2-bedroom. The rate of housing has gone up. Okay, 3 kids to feed, that's a lot. That goes into your your food, grocery, produce, meat, things like that. And all that stuff comes to play. Then he has 3 girls. Okay, I'm saying girls because I want you to say this. He gotta buy pads, tampons, new panties, Midol. Okay, every month. every month. Okay, he got to get their hair done. He can't have them walking around looking crazy unless he's sitting there braiding their hair. So that comes into play. He has to buy them school clothes, shoes. You know what I mean? These are the things. He got to keep the lights on, the gas on, all these additional things. All this comes into play because of the people that you put into office. Now, with that being said, I want us to understand why it's important for us to be able to, to put this government entity and understanding that it starts in my household, that I am the governor, that I am the top of my household, okay? And I influence the ones in my household. But I have problems in my household, and if every person decided that they were going to vote about the issues that they were in their house, then they would be able to make a better decision about what happens with us. But we give up our goal for that. Okay. So I'm going to go into this, goes into this. So each thing that I'm talking about, I'm going to show you how we can be able to make things happen for us. Okay. So this clip is talking about Arizona officials are looking into multiple threats at schools, 9 schools in the last month. Oh, what the fuck? Okay. Kids with guns and stuff like that at school. Let's go ahead and listen to the clip.
Well, it's just the start of the fall semester, but already several schools across our state, they've received threats of potential school shootings and violence. In some cases, students brought guns onto campus. Fox 10's Stephanie Bennett is diving deeper into this, and she joins us live with the story tonight. Stephanie.
Yeah, Mark, it's crazy to think so far we have counted about 9 schools that have been impacted in some way or another. It's caused lockdowns, let students cancel classes, and some of them, they say, might actually be detained and facing prison time. On August 26th, 2 students were arrested for making a video allegedly threatening to shoot up Prescott Valley Charter School. On August 29th, authorities say a 2nd grader was found with 2 guns and ammunition in his backpack at Cochise Elementary School in southern Arizona. On August 31st, deputies say an 8th grader brought a gun to Circle Cross Ranch. And on September 1st, Central High School went into lockdown as Phoenix police investigated threats to the school, and 1 person was detained. On the same day, an investigation was underway at Sierra Linda High School, all while several other threats circulated on campuses across Arizona.
We take these kinds of threats and these kinds of incidents very seriously.
This week in Mojave County, detectives say 2 girls, just 14 and 15 years old, were plotting a mass shooting at Kingman High School.
The investigation revealed that the 2 students had relationship issues and stated they had been bullied by some of the students, to which they had intended on fatally wounding.
Detectives say another student overheard their plans and told a resource officer, prompting the investigation. After the girls were interviewed, they found a list of 14 students they allegedly planned to target. For now, detectives say every potential threat, no matter how serious, needs to be investigated to the fullest.
While this may have been a joke to these girls or just something that they were, discussing, it ended up with very real consequences.
Yeah, as you just heard, every threat must be taken seriously. For now, those 2 girls were arrested. They are facing charges of terrorist threat, which is a class 3 felony. They were booked into the Mojave County Juvenile Detention Facility. Now, as always, officials are encouraging people to talk to their children about situations like this. And as always, if you see something, say something.
That's crazy. That is crazy. Okay, that makes me so nervous in regards to my child going to school. To know that a 2nd grader, my son's in the 3rd grade, I'd be damned. You know what I mean? Like, this is, I had to ask him the other day, did he feel safe at school? And he kind of looked at me like, yeah. And that scared me because he's not ready. If somebody come in there, he's not focused on, let me get under the desk, let me move to the back of the room. I believe he will click into it. But I think about the soft targets that people do, that people are not ready. sitting in a synagogue, sitting in a church, sitting in a movie theater. You are not ready for combat. That person came in with their mind ready to fucking fight. You know what I'm saying? They want to fucking blow something up. You're not ready. Okay? And that scares me because the argument is, I don't want my guns taken away. Well, if you ain't one of the crazy ones, you ain't gonna get your gun taken away, fool. Like, the whole purpose behind this is the people who are having issues, the people that are, these kids that are manifesting and doing stuff online to show that they are looking to kill people at school, and nothing's done. We're gonna have a talking with them, and then we're gonna give the gun back to the parent and the kid. And I'm only gonna say this to be honest, I haven't seen one, they have not put in the news, not one black kid that went to school shooting people. Okay? I just wonder what the outcome of that kid would be. Are they, at that point, are they going to be able to kill the suspect? I mean, are they going to, is he going to walk out and get Burger King? You know what I mean? Like, what happens? What happens when it's at your kid's school? And that scares me, because no one has been able to pinpoint where these things are happening at. So I play that into who they put in front of us as candidates, okay? Who they want us to endorse, okay? When they put in front of you a black candidate, okay, they either want you to, they think of us as, and I ain't gonna lie, a lot of y'all think like this, as popularity contests, that you don't know the issues. You're not gonna care to find out the issues because you know the person. I'm not gonna lie to you. First time I voted for Obama because he was black. That was gonna be the first thing why I voted for him. Now, after that, I found out he was from Chicago, and then I looked into him and looked into his background and everything else, and I thought he was amazing. Then he had a black wife. Then he had black kids, okay? And that stuff did play a part of me being able to vote for him, right? We need to be more in tune with what's happening in the people they put in front of us. I'm not saying that Obama was a bad person. What I'm saying is, let's watch this clip of, I want you to watch this clip and look at the difference in the candidates.
What is Herschel Walker saying here?
So, you're discussing women's issues this week. What are some of the things that are kind of on top of your mind when you're thinking of women's issues?
Well, I love them to address that since they're women, so they can do it a little better than I can. But I think, there's no doubt crime is very, very important. And this economy is tough because they got to buy groceries. I think all the inflation, the gas prices, the grocery prices.
I'm not even trying to figure out what he means yet. I'm literally, what are you saying? Let's start from the beginning.
Well, I love them to address that since they're women, so they do it a little better than I can. But
So I think he said, I would love them for the woman they, and so that they better do better than I can. Let me make sure that's what he said.
Well, I love them to address that since they're women, so they can do it a little better than I can.
Yes, that was, I love them would address that for this better woman to do best that I can. Let's continue.
I think, there's no doubt crime is very, very important.
Crime is very, very important. I don't know why that's a woman's issue, but.
And this economy is tough because they got to buy groceries.
This economy is tough. They got to buy grocery. Singular. They've got to buy a singular grocery. They got to go to a grocery store and buy a grocery.
I think all the inflation, the gas prices, the grocery prices.
As of today, Herschel Walker holds a 2-point lead over Raphael Warnock in a tight Senate race.
Okay, now I want you to watch a candidate that actually is a real candidate, not a athlete that is just for show, for them to be like, say, oh, it's a celebrity and I'm going to vote for him because I remember when he played football. Let's look at what a real candidate, what a real person who is out here to be able to do something for the people.
My question is, why are you encouraging people to break the law for you in this election?
Mr. Kemp, you are very aware that I know the laws of Georgia when it comes to voting. In fact, I am one of the foremost experts in the state on expansion of voting rights. And I have never in my life asked for anyone who is not legally eligible to vote to be able to cast a ballot. What I've asked for is that you allow those who are legally eligible to vote to allow them to cast their ballots. And in fact, we took you to court in 2016, and a federal judge said that you illegally canceled 34,000 registrations. You use the exact same system, the exact match system that is under dispute right now. Now, I realize that in the next response, you're going to say that it's a function of my organization because your tendency is to blame everyone else for the mistakes that you make. My responsibility as a leader is to see a problem and try to solve it. When I saw that we had 800,000 unregistered people of color in the state of Georgia, I started an organization that has reached into every county and increased those registrations. When I saw that people were being unlawfully denied the right to vote, I worked to make certain that we held you accountable. And as the next governor of Georgia, I will continue to do my job to make certain that every legally eligible vote that gets cast gets counted.
The difference is, okay, he can't even speak in full sentences, okay? And he's going to be a pawn. They're going to tell him what to do, okay? There's a difference in having a plan. You can obviously see. I'm not going to say anything about it being a woman, being a man. It don't have shit to do with it. The difference was, this is somebody that is in the political world. She is knowing what is needed. She is doing studies. She has been here. He said the woman's got to go get grocery. Okay? That's when we have to say, okay, you know what? I need to pay attention to the smoke screens they putting in front of you, because they would say that you're voting for him because he's black. And then they can use him to be able to screw you. Okay? So that I played that because it bothers me when you get clowns. Like those are those Bojangle house niggas. Let's just be real about what it really is. It's those it's they have always been there. That's the snitching dude. That's the dude that tell on everybody. They going down the railroad boss. They that way. That dude, the dude that got into that infiltrated the Black Panthers and told all they business. That dude, okay. The dude that set up Malcolm X. That dude. The dude, the preacher who set up Martin Luther King. That dude. That's what I mean by we cannot allow clowns to be and call them out. Because it's always a fed somewhere. And you better believe that they dare to be able to tear you down. So stop letting people be around you when you questioning they loyalty to you. Let them people go. God damn it. Okay. So along with that, so once again, I also want to say this. The people that I know to be the most patriotic that I have grown up with are older black men. Okay. Very patriotic. It's very different for me to be able to look at how this ghetto-ness of overtaking, wanting to be out and about, doing all this additional stuff with I'm not actually against them going after the government. I'm not getting in the middle of no white on white crime. Let them rednecks fight for their blue flag, okay? And for their white rights. It don't have nothing to do with my black ass, okay? I'm not getting in that, okay? At this point, we need to focus on us as a group, okay? And get to the next level. Before I go into that and say this, okay? It's important for us to know that these things are happening around us, okay? So Biden actually addressed the Trumpers and MAGA Republicans who are out trying to take over federal agencies.
Too much of what's happening in our country today is not normal. Donald Trump and the MAGA Republicans represent an extremism that threatens the very foundations of our republic. Now, I want to be very clear up front. Not every Republican, not even the majority of Republicans are MAGA Republicans. Not every Republican embraces their extreme ideology. I know, because I've been able to work with these mainstream Republicans. But there's no question that the Republican Party today is dominated, driven, and intimidated by Donald Trump and the MAGA Republicans. And that is a threat to this country. MAGA forces are determined to take this country backwards to an America where there is no right to choose, no right to privacy, no right to contraception, no right to marry who you love. They promote authoritarian leaders and they fan the flames of political violence that are a threat to our personal rights, to the pursuit of justice, to the rule of law, to the very soul of this country. They look at the mob that stormed the United States Capitol on January 6th, brutally attacking law enforcement, not as insurrectionists who placed a dagger at the throat of our democracy, but they look at them as patriots. I will not stand by and watch. I will not, the will of the American people, be overturned by wild conspiracy theories and baseless evidence-free claims of fraud. I will not stand by and watch elections in this country stolen by people who simply refuse to accept that they lost.
I'm not saying that they his homeboys, but I'm just saying. Okay, so this, to me, this is exactly what they did for the Civil War, okay? They decided that they were against the government and decided they wanted to be their own nation, the Southern nation, the Confederate, okay? And there was a divide in the country, all right? Now, let's just, for kicks, say that this kicks off. Where you going? What you doing? I don't know what I would be able to do. I don't know if I'm going to be able to make it. I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know if they're going to try to attack each and every black person, or because to be honest, they have the military, right? Everybody that has able to actually declare war. What are we going to do as black and brown people, okay? And they always want to make it seem like it's our fault. Black and brown people. What? Where are we going to go? What you going to do? Because I'm scared. Like, oh, shoot. I'm not saying that they have the power to do this. What I'm saying is they are not having to deal with the authority that we would have to deal with. If it was us, they would murk us. No problem. Okay? They gun us all down. But they're not doing that. So that tells me that there is alliance in between these things. Okay? And I don't know if I would be treated fairly if this all kicks out. I don't know if I need to be going to go talk to the nation. Like, hey, can I come in? You know what I'm saying? Like, can I get in the door? Okay, I cover my hair, you know what I'm saying? But I'm wearing my lashes. You know, I'm just saying, what do you do in a situation where a civil war breaks out? How do you protect yourself? I don't even own a gun. I'm not for those type of things. And we don't have our own military. That's the issue. The issue with Black Wall Street was we didn't have a military. We didn't have a police force. Okay? So they were able to come in and destroy everything that we built because they input into us. And I'm not saying this against anybody, but call in if you got a problem. 702-551-5261. They would rather instill in you churches and liquor stores and clothing stores than actually give you what is needed, which is the military, which is farming, which is actual schooling, things like this. They don't want to give you what you need. They give you what they believe you want. So then we end up in the situations we are. Okay? Like, we can only say, yeah, that they flooded the ghettos with crack. Your mama did not have to take crack, okay? It was a decision made. Now, I'm not saying that it's right for her, you know what I'm saying? That's not, they shouldn't have flooded the community. But we have to be able to say, I'm not going to indulge. That we're better than it. As a person, as a people, I'm here for my kids. I'm here to make sure that they get to the next level. I can't take myself out. And that's what happened to our culture. So, I'm going to go ahead and say this. People in the Mississippi capital are lining up for clean water. Now, Mississippi, Texas, Florida, y'all are always the ones, okay? Talking about you can't tell us what to do. We'll do what we want to do, and this and stuff. Then pipes break. Your water unclean. You got hurricanes. We got to send FEMA. Why do y'all get to talk shit to us? And then we got to send aid to y'all every year. Like, if you say y'all can, we don't need your help, we want to do our own thing, then do your goddamn own thing and let us keep our resources. Because you not listening, just like in Texas, and the pipes break in the middle of the winter, but y'all put money into NASA to take a rover to Mars. Okay? I bet you the homeless person that was outside enduring that shit would not have cared about a rover on fucking Mars. Okay? Florida. Every year, y'all talk this shit, okay? We got all these problems in Florida, okay? Turning right back around, and y'all need aid every 2 months or something because there's a hurricane coming y'all way. Now, Mississippi. Now, let me also add these same states and cities have high amount of black people in them. It is your fault. If you did not vote, if you did not go down there and cast your vote about what was important that happens in your household, you are at fault. Because you let them choose for you. Mississippi has a high amount of black people. Y'all don't get no aid. Y'all don't get nothing. And then instead of us, I will never understand. I had an issue with my grandparents, and we used to argue about this all the time about civil rights. And I was like, to me, y'all sound stupid. Sitting there allowing somebody to throw shit on you. Throw food on you, yell and scream and spit in your face and hit you because you want to give your money to the white man. Take your ass down there to Aunt Sally's and get you, you know what I'm saying, your shoes from there. Take your butt to Uncle Albert's chicken and go get your chicken from there. You don't have to endorse them. You do not have to give them their money. And they, of course, they explained to me that it wasn't just them wanting to be a part of them. They wanted to be equal. But the problem is you keep giving your money to these people. So then, same thing with publication and marketing, advertising, and everything else. We are a black-owned radio station, right? But you'll take your stuff over to a radio station that don't care nothing about what you got going on, won't run your stuff or nothing unless you pay them, but won't endorse your own people. This is another thing. You can go to CNN, you can go to all the other stuff or whatever. I'm not Muslim. I'm not a part of this or whatever, but I support every time I see them. I'm going to give $1 or whatever I can because it's a black publication and we can't get the word out to these people if you are not helping us do this. Because you will go and pay thousands and thousands of dollars for Louis Vuitton and your homeboy will sell a t-shirt for $20 and you try to give him 10. Find no value in yourself and your people. None. But we'll turn around and say, well, we ain't going to be able to get together because it's you, fool. You the one keeping us from being able to be together. Because you would rather want Louis Vuitton. Okay? Even though you want Tommy Hilfiger and he said don't wear his clothes. Okay? You want to wear Gucci when they wear it look like a black face mask. Okay? You want to go to H&M when they making the black boy wear monkey shirts. You know what I'm saying? You want to make sure you give them their money. But when your own people say, you know what I'm saying, like I got this event coming up, I would like you to come, and man, I can't get in for free. Hell no. And you shouldn't even ask that. You should never even ask to get in free. What you should do is make sure you got a secondary person that you bring in. I'm tired of y'all. Anyway, just to kind of give y'all, I want to go over this real quick with y'all. Also, the U.S. added 315,000 jobs, and then unemployment went up don't sound right. All right. And then I just want to give y'all a clip of what they're talking about to give you an understanding of this student loan forgiveness plan that Biden put out.
The economy is looking good, but he acknowledged on Friday, quote, "We have a long way to go." This as the White House now says its student loan forgiveness plan will cost an estimated $240 billion over the next decade. This week's rollout of the plan has been rocky, getting pushback from both sides of the aisle. The concerns from Democrats come at a somewhat surprising time. They were hoping the program would help them pick up momentum to keep control of Congress ahead of the November midterms. Christina Ruffini is at the White House with the latest. Christina, good morning.
Good morning, Nancy. Well, the White House says this is a one-time only deal designed to help people still recovering from the financial impact of the pandemic. And although it's popular with some borrowers, the program is not without controversy.
After days of being pressed on the price tag for President Biden's student debt relief program.
And for all the haters that have been like, I paid my student loans already. Good for you, fool. That's not my fault. Okay, you did that. All right. Now, at this point, they have a so-called resource for us, which is not really a resource, people. I want you to realize that you are going to pay for this. Okay, everything they give us, you're going to pay for this. Okay, just like you got them stimulus checks, you paying for it now in gas and food, ain't you? Okay, so there is no free money. And once again, there is no government issued money. This is your money. So you should have a answer. You should be the one to be able to answer about your tax dollars. You go and you buy something, they put $1.75 on there. Every time you go buy something, you're putting money into this country, okay? And you should be able to have something to say. So be aware, be informed. You guys, it's been a pleasure sitting with you guys. Quickly, just to let you know, here in Las Vegas, we are having a heat wave. You guys, today is supposed to be 108, tomorrow 108, Monday 112. Tuesday, 113. It's going to be like this all week. Please, please, just stay the hell in the house. It ain't even worth going outside. Watch Netflix. Enjoy yourself. You guys, if you see somebody out there grinding, let them know you see them shining. I appreciate you. I love you guys, and I'll see you next Saturday at 10 a.m. here on the Chisholm Report.
Yeah, election time's coming. Who you gonna vote for? Yeah. If I was president, I'd get elected on Friday, assassinated on Saturday, buried on Sunday, they go back to work on Monday. If I was president, if I was president, if I was president, yeah.